The goal is simple. I want to break into this industry.
They locked them all up. Two gangs that have been terrorizing everyone.
I'm breaking out. You just threw a water bottle. Calm down, calm down, calm down, calm down.
Talking to him, and we're slowly walking over, so just be aware of that.
I can't feel the taste of it because it's frozen.
Which the poorest parts of the country. In fact, they move.
Incredibly narrow. Maybe a foot and a half wide.
With his Brazil sticker on the back of his car.
To do that, I want to reverse engineering the top 1% of those content creators. This is my baseline. I'm a little channel. I want to grow in the future. This is my desire, of course, but it's just a long road ahead. So I would like to analyze and discover from them their formulas, their storytelling methods, their whatever, in order to, one, find my way of communicating, reaching people, reaching my community potentially, and second, to see if I can add up something that now, I don't know, maybe the market is lacking with. And I speak as someone who's already collects a little experience, very little experience in this environment, because I spent the entire year, last year, 2025, in Scandinavia, traveling all around Denmark, Sweden, and Norway, collecting, I would say, around 100 interviews, but this doesn't mean that I know how to approach this type of work. So in that sense, this series is to try to learn as much as possible from those content creators, the biggest one, and from this point on, try to find my own way. Today, I would like to analyze something about this content creator, Zazza el Italiano. I don't want to mean that I would like to replicate the same things that he's doing. It's just a way for saying that he's in the same niche that I would like to go with. And so it's a good way to start approaching this type of industry and market. What I want to do is to start reading the description. It's very minimal, yes, but at the same time, he uses 4 types of languages. This is the audience that he wants to reach first. And second, I probably assume that he uses a lot of, I don't know how they call it. I think it's a YouTube tool. So it means that you can translate your voice into different type of languages in order to reach as many people all around the world as possible. We have to take note about it, yes, but on the other side, I think that one of the approaches that I would like to use in the future is to learn at least 4 or 5 languages. Of course, not as a native, not as a professionalist, but the basic level. I'm more into the Italian market because I came from Italy. I'm Italian. So it means that, yeah, I watched a lot of videos in Italian. So I know more or less how the market in Italy works. And most of the time, people start from using Italian and then use this type of tool to reach more people in the world. On a marketing level, this is very, very proficient. Because it's the lowest effort to reach as many people as possible out there, sure. But on the other side, I strongly believe that you should do things for yourself. In order to, first, to improve your knowledge, this is always good. And second, because most of the time you could be in a specific place, and if you find yourself, or if it happens that you are chatting with someone that, and they doesn't know super well, or they are not comfortable in English, it doesn't mean that you have to interview them, but just chatting, just create network all around the world in any type of country out there. So it could happen that you come to them with a question and they could chat each other before replying back to you. So it means that if you spot a little words or a little phrases, or you get the context of what they are trying to say before coming back to you with a reply, at least you know more or less if you could trust them at all, or if maybe they want to hide something. I don't want to say that you have to be skeptical about people, but at least you know precisely how to approach someone in a very direct way. I know it's hard, It's definitely hard. As you may recognize, yeah, I know how to speak in English, but I'm not super fluent. So this is one of many limitations that people could have. Maybe we can start taking a look at, yeah, let's go with it. Uruguay.
I do this to you, I seize the moment, I mess you up.
Over there, on the other side, you can't cross because...
He told me don't take him over there because it's too hot.
All right, give me a kiss. Happy holidays to Italy.
Can peace be made at some point, or...
We're not into all that. Can you imagine?
Don't go...
The fact is this, faces are obscured or blurred. Like in this type of scenario, people want to cover their face. But I don't know if someone who's not in a good terms with a camera also wants to show you his real emotions, the reality about a place. Okay, maybe sometimes it could happen that they just want to show you what you're looking for, not the reality of a place. They can use a sort of a confirmation bias. So you're looking for something, and just because you are cherry picking a specific type of narrative, maybe, so that means that probably you will only focus yourself into finding those type of people that they will come back to you with a single answer. And most of the time could be the answer that that could validate 100% your expectation that you have from the very beginning. So you're not discovering something new, you're just discovering something that you already know that could happen or might happen in that context. Of course, reporting something is always good, but most of the time people would like to, or let's rephrase it. Most of the time I speak for myself, I would like to see something that is not a confirmation of what I have in mind. Let's take an example. Favelas in Brazil. I know precisely, or I mean, in my imagination, there is a vivid picture of what's going on there. So having a lot of people content creators, that they are conducting this type of documentaries in the same way, confirming the fact that, oh, okay, what I have in mind and what I would like to see on a video, because now I can continue to double validate as a double check, to double validate my opinion that I already have about this country, community, group of people, city, whatever. I feel a sort of relief in my body and my mind, because what I knew from the very beginning was the right opinion that I should continue to think about that type of place, for example. So this is the reason why before at the very beginning of this video, in the intro, I talk about using a critical thinking approach.
At some point, or...
We're not into all that. Can you imagine?
Don't film me anymore. Don't film me. Very good. Look, you see? Gunshots.
We don't want the police. We throw rocks at them.
In this case, for example,
See? Gunshots.
We don't want the police.
even if they are very young, they are not obscured. There are two different type of opinion that I could have. First one is because YouTube, maybe in the very first minutes of the video, they don't allow you to show nudity, especially from young guys. Or second, it could be related to some of maybe tattoos that he could have. If the second option would have been the right one, I would start to investigate, for example, about the reason why I should cover his tattoos and why a little guy as him has those type of tattoos since a young age. Probably. But I'm quite sure it's the first option, so who cares?
Police van. Excuse me.
Go ahead.
This is...
They kicked down the door.
I don't know the reason why you have to obscure those type of things and not fire guns, for example. If we came back and start looking at the thumbnails, no, these are obscured. But in this case, no. I don't know the policy of YouTube, to be fair. I mean, especially those one that comes from US. In this case as well, no, not obscured.
We're starting the series in Uruguay. We're with the great Armando. Here he is.
How are we doing?
I met him through a TikTok where he went into a market and filmed people playing cards, and they told.
Let me check one thing. Okay. He's the content creator, he's Zazza, but this is his voice in English.
He went into a market and filmed people playing.
And probably there's someone, I mean, it's not a robotic or AI voice. I think he hires someone to dub him. I'm quite curious to know. Let me. Spanish original, yes.
Pensaba llegar a Uruguay y estar en Disneyland, sobre todo comparado con las últimas grabaciones.
Okay, let's move back to the no, not the original, but the English version.
Brazil and South Africa.
Okay, definitely not the same.
But doing a bit of research, there are some really crazy gangs here, huh?
Definitely not the same.
Teenagers from there, from that area.
And this is what I'm trying to say. If you start looking at someone and you already know, okay, he's speaking with this type of tone of voice, with this rhythm, because it's part of your standard language that you use the most. When you start hearing him in another language, I'm quite afraid that I could not have the same type of impact on people. Maybe I'm creating a very different type of community in English, someone who's listened to me in Spanish, Portuguese, whatever. And so at some point, someone who is used to listen to me in I don't know, maybe in Spanish, I don't recognize him. So why do I have to continue following him in another language that it doesn't sound familiar to me? It seems to me like a fake one, let's say. If you continue use your face only on videos, probably who cares? But if you want to expand your business in another direction, I think that sounding familiar in the same type of way to all the people, all your community, could represent a good point for everyone.
The whole area near the coast has the richest neighborhoods. Then you move away, and there you can see a lot of poverty. And we know that poverty is almost always linked to crime. There's a phenomenon here in Uruguay that, for me, is...
Depends. He stated that, yeah, poor district of a city are the ones that are most related to criminality. Yes, of course, but on the other side, there is corruption, and corruption is also part of criminality. So there are very few content creators that want to analyze South America or Latin America in terms of there are a lot of videos out there about poor districts. So for one time, who cares about it? And try to focus on another type of people, maybe the richest one, and spot the connection between those two types of environments. We know 100% about the poor people in Latin America in our imagination, but we know barely zero from the narrative about the richest people or the middle class. It's just being a sort of an investigator or a journalist. It doesn't mean that just because everyone do this type of content, I should avoid or miss the opportunity to talk about something different.
Totally inexplicable. We're talking about the supermarket. Let's call it a phenomenon. Why? You go to buy shaving foam, it costs you $15 when it costs...
Okay. Probably this is not the right moment. I have a lot of things to say about the advertisement, but this is not the right moment. In another video.
Yesterday, I went...
Check over there.
What's up, brother?
I'll show you if not.
Oh, wow.
Tell me.
I'm traveling around Uruguay now, talking a bit with people, how they live, how life is in Cerro Norte.
Yeah, but after these people leave, I'm working.
Okay. How's living around here?
And that's another thing. Just traveling around the country or a city and asking people about how they live. This type of approach should implement something more. It has to be a revolution in this type of industry in a way or another, because maybe it's 10 years or even more that everyone do the same thing in the same type of method, with the same type of strategy, with the same type of questions. Ask them, how do you live in this type of situation? If you are happy or not, what do you do for a living? There are just like 4 or 5 questions, and everything is gravitating all around this type of question. It's reductive, I would say. It's a reductive way to see the scenario of those people first, and then I would also say probably of your job. As a documentarist, you should implement something more in your strategy. It doesn't necessarily be that you are paid by brands or whatever to just go from one city to another and ask people, putting a camera in front of them, what do you do for a living? I mean, do you have a job? Do you commit something in your past, or you are committing something? Nothing else, nothing more. Sometimes I reflect about these type of things, and this is one of the reasons, for example, why I decided to analyze videos. I have a vision about what I would like to do for those type of documentaries that I would like to create in the future for my channel, but definitely this is not the approach that I would like to use, for sure.
It's beautiful. Are you from the neighborhood?
No, I just arrived.
I've been living here for 40-something years.
Never any problems?
No, some here and there, but nothing serious.
Guy in red just told us that he told me don't take him over there because it's too hot, because of the things that are happening. Like this far and no more. But depending on how we are with the contact, maybe with her we can go in. And he also tells us that when going in, it's better not with the van, but walking. That in the end, if they stop us, like, they'll see we're not up to anything bad. Because if we're in the van, and since they're in conflict now, they could shoot us right away.
Oh, there.
I don't know if anyone could see you with a very open mind. Take myself as an example. I would like to do the same things that he is doing with a camera, talking with people about what's the context around here. I don't know if you could be allowed in the same way. This is what I'm trying to say. He has a sort of credibility. It's a very good key for a lot of situation and to open many doors. But on the other side, I don't know if it's needed a connection, someone who could bridge you to a specific contact. Doesn't mean that you have to be linked with a structure or an infrastructure or a building or a service or whatever. Just random people in the street. I didn't have the chance to experience on my own skin this type of facts, but I'm quite sure that I would not come back with the same type of result as him. This means consider in your whole business that you have to create a network with different type of bridges that could open different type of doors. Based on the doors that you would like to open for your future, probably you will communicate certain things rather than others.
I'm not taking the risk in the sense that
We'll stay here, relax.
we're going to wait for...
They're talking about taking a risk in a specific scenario or situation that they could happen in the future, I don't know, if in the afternoon, tomorrow, I don't know. First, you have to consider, is he landed here alone or with someone? Or if not with someone, with a specific deal with a local contact or local group of people that could guide him easily through everything. It's quite easy to link these type of things with what I said before. You need someone, you need a bridge in order to organize everything for you. Differently, it will be extremely hard, probably more dangerous. And so just because someone decided to organize something, probably there's a deal behind. And so you have to stay in the terms of the deal, if you know what I mean. This is something that sometimes it could represent a pro, but sometimes has a lot of downsides for the story, for what you would like to show in your video.
Keep going straight this way and you walk right into the lion's den.
Many children.
And here, don't film me anymore.
Oh, don't film you. Very good. I won't film it. I don't understand. I'm here with a camera, making a video, and they come up here to talk to me. Don't film me. So, I won't film you. You see them? They're all little houses built by them. It's
Don't film her house anymore.
okay, that one won't be filmed. There are many rules. I have to understand a bit here what I have to do and what not, because they told me relax, and then this, yes, that, no. It's getting complicated.
He collected more or less 100 no, sorry, 1,000 videos on YouTube. Of course, a lot of them could be shorts, yeah, but he collected a lot of experience. He's talking like he's living this type of situation as the first time, like someone who don't know that people in this type of condition, they don't want to be filmed. At some point, it should be normal that people could come to you by telling you this type of thing, because you already know from the past, from other situations similar, that this is the reality. So I don't know why he's surprised. Good for storytelling? Probably yes, but at some point, if you're a subscriber, if you're a follower of his channel, you should have in your mind that he's telling us that he finds this extremely shocking, whereas you already saw like hundreds of videos of him in a context that is very similar to this one. They don't want to be filmed, even if they are just chatting or whatever. I really don't know the reason behind this type of reaction. You know from scratch.
This house can't be filmed. Let's listen well to the rules, and that way there's no problems.
I don't want to comment anything about it, but just to highlight something that probably won't add anything to the story. We know, as I said before, we know precisely how things are going, so it means that it's not necessary. It's not necessary to underlie multiple times, infinite times in every type of video like this one, for example, from not just from him, from everyone, the fact that, oh, someone has a, you know, this is the ecosystem that is that surround this type of areas. Why you want to continue this type of narrative? Of course, it's not my intention to see the entire video, just looking at the whole context and try to analyze a few things. It's not a real reaction to the video, of course.
We tell you what you can do and what you can't. You can't just film anything with the camera.
Okay, you tell me.
That can't go on social media.
Okay, so they are forbidden to give any sort of answer to the question that he raised. Why not try to deviate the entire video and try to discover as much as possible, not in terms of police, but someone who could run the police? I know it's tough, even if you have like 3 million subscribers, but at least you show something different, something new, something fresh. This is what I'm trying to say. I receive a clue from life. Why not try to program a video around this topic?
I don't know how it is. Explain it to me.
Oh.
Here.
And this is the same kid, and now it's not obscured. His physique, I mean, his body.
If people treat us badly, we kick down.
Okay, same as before. But I don't know. I don't know the.
On the other side, they can't cross because
I don't know the reason. Maybe it's for the first 3 minutes or something like that. That you should tell the algorithm what is good or not, and then you can do whatever you want. I don't know the reason for the double standard. That's what I'm trying to say.
There's a war.
What do you say? All this happens?
Yes.
Well, but
Here in the neighborhood, at night, there are people who get into it with guns and they shoot. They go at it between gangs. Me, the snitch of Cerro Norte. We're all Cerro Norte. Go, Peñarol till death.
But you know that we're doing well. You're doing well. Question.
Also, this big statement or announcement the young kid did. I don't see the point. I don't see the reason why including it into the, not this specific one of course, but in general. Why including this type of things into the narrative? What do you want to show? It sounds like a marketing things for those little gangs. Now I can broadcast myself, my community, my group of people, my brothers into a bigger media. And so I don't see the reason why promoting those type of things. I'm just questioning around the video. It doesn't necessarily mean that, oh, okay, you don't have to include this, and this just because I have some doubts. It creates the atmosphere sometimes, so it's good. But on the other side, it seems to me that everyone has the same type of thing. So if you switch And this is probably something that I would like to do in another video for this series of reaction that I have in mind. Try to compare the same type of topic from different type of content creators. Try to spot if there is a difference or not, or maybe it's equivalent. Because I have the sensation that more or less they are quite similar. Let's move to the final part of the video.
Good. So they do their things, they have their rules, but
And basically, I mean, for the entire video, it's like 30 minutes video. We are in the same type of neighborhood, I assume, with the same type of people, talking about the same type of things, and everything has been done in probably 2 hours, 3 hours at most. And so you decided to describe a situation, a scenario, a context, just because you see it in less than 3 hours. Sometimes I don't think that this is a good representation of the reality. I have a general opinion about the timing, let's say, or the days spent by a content creator in a specific spot that could represent a wall that probably a lot of people don't see. I have, I don't know, maybe 3 days, and I decided to post a video for each of those days, 24 hours or 44 or 72 hours in a place. And so just because I went into dirt, I know exactly what happened in that place. Sometimes I see it like a little bit superficial, to be fair.
damn, you're just a bit more agile than me, honestly. What a way to close an episode. I present to you the favela of Cerro Norte. What a day. Pretty quick because the neighborhood itself is very small.
Well, for me, it's an honor to be with you. It's one of my dreams to be able to travel the world and show interesting things. So, well, thank you.
Same here, an honor for me too. You have his channel in the description. I hope you liked it. As always, we'll see each other in the next episode.
Okay, my last thought about this conclusion. What the guy said right now, it's about he would like to emulate Zazza in this case. Maybe he just wants to have a part in this video and he wants to show the reality in his neighborhood, but on top of everything he could put like, I want to be included and not let you discover the real thing about Uruguay, my city, my neighborhood, and all the connection and links that could run between one system and another that some way somehow govern the life that he's living. And of course, on the other side, I didn't see any sort of hard question or any sort of investigation, deep reflection about a specific topic that he could raise at some point of the story, or just create a cliffhanger for the next episode, for a focus on a specific argument. I strongly believe that sometimes, yes, also locals, even if they know you, you have to be quite aware if they could represent a limitation or not to your goal for the video itself. Okay, so probably in the next episodes, I will analyze another type of content creator in the same type of industry. Let's call it travel documentary. I don't know who, but if you ended up here for whatever reason and you know Zazza, so you're a follower of him, let me know in the comment below if you agree on what I said, if it's something new for you, if you already recognize some of the things that I said before, or if there is something more that I forgot to mention. As I said, I don't want to sound rude with his job or whatever. It's just my opinion and analysis. Sometimes in the market there is a lack about different type of things that have some way are not clear in my mind, but I need to find my way to communicate those things and try to find the best way to arrive to people with this type of idea that I have in mind. So this is what I'm trying to do with my storytelling about this channel. About, of course, I will continue to post in this channel what I did in 2025 all across Scandinavia. But this is just like a test, like the very first step that I took into this environment, so you don't have to consider those type of interviews and videos as a I would say as a representation of the idea that I have in my mind for the future. It's completely different. It's just like a journey, so I need time. This is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, let's see through the next episode, and thank you.